Good afternoon, Big Blue Nation. This is Lee with That Kentucky Basketball Chick. It is Thursday, February 20th, 2025. It is a very, very, very cold day here in Western Kentucky. So if you are having to get out, please be careful. Please dress warm. We still got snow on the ground. I think we got 4 to 6 inches, somewhere in there, which is about what they were predicting. Some areas around here got even more snow, and it's really pretty. It's really pretty, but it is cold. It is very cold. Keep your pets inside too if you can. This is dangerous, dangerous cold weather, and it's supposed to be even colder tonight. So enough about the weather. Let's talk about Kentucky basketball. So last night, the Kentucky Wildcats took on the Vanderbilt Commodores at Rupp Arena, and my dad and I actually were at the game last night. I know in my little chat that we had a few days ago, we weren't sure if we were going to get to go because of the weather, and it snowed all night and then finally stopped. The roads here were not terrible. They were actually really clear for what they were, for how much snow we got. So we got there, we braved the weather, and let me tell you, it was so much fun. This is my favorite Christmas present that I get from my parents. And I grew up playing basketball with my dad until like 6th or 7th grade. It was 6th grade. And we watched Kentucky basketball. So getting to go to Rupp with him, we've done this the past 2 years. This year and then last year, we went to the Arkansas game last year. Wish we could have gone to the Arkansas game this year, but that was a hot ticket. But it was a great game. The Cats came off with a win. Very happy about that. I believe the score was 82-61. Let me confirm that before I say so. Yeah, 82-61. And we still did not have Lamont Butler or Jackson Robinson, so I'm very proud of this team. Travis Perry got to start, and he made some crucial threes. Trent Noah didn't. This was not his game. He didn't do much this game, but he did play. Wish we could have seen him come out and be the mountain mamba that he is. But Colin Chandler, y'all, this is the basketball player that I believe that when Pope said he was coming here and he was recruiting him, said he is. I don't know if the first of the year up until now he's been nervous or, he was on a 2-year mission. If he was, I don't know, but he played defense. He got 7 points last night. It was a different basketball player. So if he comes back next year, I think he's going to be crucial in our lineup. I don't think he'll start, but I do think he's just going to develop into an amazing basketball player, just like Travis Perry and just like Trent Noah. Carr played last night too, and I have thought that since he came back after his back injury, he had not been the player that he had been. He had not been the same since. Last night, I believe we saw a little bit more of the Carr player that we know and love from the beginning of the season. So hopefully he continues to improve. Hopefully he doesn't aggravate his whatever's going on with his back. But he played great. But I think the MVP of this game for me would be Amari Williams. He had a perfect game. He hit all of his free throws. We were sitting in the stands, and it was funny. The people next to me, they were like, the wife was like, he's going to hit him. And I looked at the husband, and we looked at each other, and he said, he's not a good free throw shooter. And I said, no, he's not. Because if you remember back at the Texas game, I think if he had made all of his free throws or even just made all but one, we probably would have won the game because he was banking them off the front of the rim. But he went for five on free throws. He was perfect in field goal attempts. He had some blocks. He had, I think they said, the stats that he had, that the last person to do that was an NBA player in 2010. 15 years ago. And it was an NBA player, not a college basketball player. So Amari Williams, you just need to keep trucking. You just need to keep doing what you're doing and be that big center that we know you are. You're 7 foot tall. I think he's 260. If I read his stats right, I'm going to confirm that because I don't want to be wrong. Well, yeah, 262. 262 pounds. Block those shots. Get in there. Do not be afraid to get physical because most of these games are being called, I mean, they're physical. SEC play is very physical. All in all, it was a wonderful game. My dad and I had a great time. We got there about 5:15. The doors opened at 5:30. When we started walking from the parking lot to Rupp, the line was already down. We got in. We got some food. I got a basketball for my 2-year-old and a UK snow hat. So it was just perfect. And I got to get a picture with Scratch. So which I love Scratch. Love Wildcat, but Scratch for some reason holds a very special place in my heart. So I got to get a picture with him and we got to see him win. And it was great. It was a great game. Driving home, it was snowing. We didn't get home till I think I walked in the door at 1:00 in the morning. So I was tired. I was trying to stay awake. It was snowing. The roads were starting to get covered again, but we got home safe. Everything was great. Just a great day. All in all, a great day. And you can't go to Rupp without getting some Rupp ice cream. So that's like my dad and I's one of the favorite things to do when we go. If it had been an afternoon game, I think we would have stayed for the Mark Pope show. That would have been cool for my dad to see. Because my husband and I in January when they played Florida, we stayed and we saw it and we got to see some of the players and got a ball signed, and it's a really cool experience too. So we had a great time. We were in section 43. It was great. We stood up, cheered. It was just great. And it was a great environment. Kenny Skywalker was there and that was really cool. He helped during halftime with rebounding for a kid shooting, the layup and the free throw and the 3-point. So overall, it was a great game. I don't think they did the Y though. I don't think they did the Kentucky with the Y. If I missed that, somebody tell me who the Y was because I did not see it. And I was in my seat the whole time during the game. So I don't know what that was. Now, if you listen to KSR with Matt Jones and Ryan Lemon and Shannon the Dude and Drew Franklin yesterday, they talked about whether babies should be or small children should be able to go to the game. Because if you bring any age child, doesn't matter, even if doesn't matter how old they are. They could be 1 week old. You have to buy a ticket for them. You can't buy a lap seat. I understand that the football, you can. It's like $10. So they were discussing yesterday on whether that policy should change or even if kids should be, at the game. So I'm going to put my 2 cents in since I am a mother. I have a 2-year-old. I think buying a ticket for them is ridiculous for especially under a certain age, I think we should maybe do what airlines do. You can buy a lap ticket, or they're free until they're over the age of 2. Disney World, you're free until you're 3. So, and even if you turn 3 on your trip while you're there, you still you're still free, which is why I think you see a lot of children of that age at Disney. I personally want to take my 2-year-old to Disney before he turns 3 because he's free, and I love Disney. I wouldn't really say I'm classified as a Disney adult. I probably was at one time, but I want to take him because I think he loves cars and Mickey, and I think it would be fun. He may not remember it, but we'll have the pictures and the memories. We're not getting on the Disney controversy, though. We're getting back to babies at Rupp. So, my take is I think they need to have some type of lap ticket, because we would probably take our son when he was probably 1 or under. We would probably take him to the game. We'd get him some earmuffs, protect those little ears because it does get really, really loud in there, because they just sit there. They are not moving around. They're not going crazy. There was actually a baby in the row behind us. It was really cute. They had the blue checked bibs on, the overalls on. And I was like, oh, I got to get our 2-year-old some of those. But didn't bother us at all. In fact, I didn't even realize the baby was behind us until somebody near me said, oh my goodness, how cute. And and then I looked back during the game and the baby was asleep. So, and the baby was probably 6 to 8 months, maybe even younger. So I'm going to have to take a stance on against, not against. I'm going to have to say, let's do it. We need a lap ticket, like a $10 lap ticket. I think it's ridiculous that they want you to purchase a ticket for a child that's under the age of under the age of like 1 or even 18 months, because they're going to sit in your lap probably anyway. Now, my son is 2. My son is very active now. He does not sit still. I would not want to take him to a game because I would not enjoy it. He would be all over the place. Now, the first time we go, he might be so overwhelmed and overstimulated and just in awe of everything because it's a new environment, something he hasn't seen except on TV. He might be like, just whoa the whole time. But back in January when my husband and I went, we debated on taking him. And I said, no, do not want to take him to this game. It will not be fun for either one of us because he wants to run around. And I didn't want it to be a problem for the people around us as well that wanted to watch the game. So I'm kind of in the middle. I think you should be able to bring your child to the game if you want to. I don't think you should have to purchase a whole ticket for that child. But I don't think you want to take a young child, over the age of 2 until they're able to sit still. Like that's just me because I have a 2-year-old that's very active and does not sit still, and it would not be fun. The funny thing about that whole thing, though, is after listening to KSR on the way there, they had on the front row behind the bench 2 babies. It was so funny, and they actually showed them on the Jumbotron. So it was almost like they were like, because Ryan Lemon was like, no, don't bring your kid to the game. Get a babysitter. And it was almost like, well, here's 2 babies. So it was kind of funny. But my stance is that, yes, let's give it an option to bring them. Don't have to buy a ticket. Do some type of lap ticket charge that's like $10, $15 and be done with it. And then once they get a certain age, then they need to have a seat. Like, that kind of deal. But I would not want to bring my 2-year-old right now. Sorry. And when he listens to this when he's older, I'll just have to explain why, because you were so active. I mean, we'll sit in our living room now in the chair and he will get in my lap and he's not still. He's jumping up and down and just going all over the place. So that's my stance on it. So it's just interesting what people think. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So what else can we talk about today? Big game on Saturday. We are playing Alabama. It's not a must win. It would be amazing if we did win. Alabama is coming off of 2 losses. They lost pretty big last night to Missouri, and then on Saturday they lost to Auburn. So they're not going to want to lose 3 in a row. Plus, it's at Tuscaloosa. It's on their home court. So I think they're going to be coming in ready for a fight and just wanting to play their hearts out and win it. Can we win it? I think we can. I do think it is a winnable game, especially if Jackson Robinson or Lamont Butler gets any playing time. However, if they're not, it's going to be more challenging. But we can do it. We can do it. I really want, I would love to see a win. I think that would be amazing. It would really help with our seeding in the the SEC tournament, because we're like 2 or 3 weeks away from that. And, I mean, I would love for us to win. Realistically, I don't know if we can. I'll get a better feel about it tomorrow when the injury report comes out, and also just a feeling. But here's the thing: we beat Tennessee twice. We were not supposed to beat them twice. We beat Duke. We weren't supposed to beat Duke. We beat Gonzaga, and we weren't supposed to beat Gonzaga. We beat Louisville. We beat Florida. Now, we've had some really good games where we weren't supposed to win and we pulled it off. But we had Jackson Robinson and Lamont, or we just had Jackson Robinson. Both of those guys were not out, except for the Tennessee game, at the end of the stretch. They were both out. So yeah, I'm excited. We have one more day. We'll do a video tomorrow or Saturday morning about the Alabama game once we get a feel for what the spread is, and then also the injury report. So I'm excited. We got that win from Vandy. That was a must win, and we got it done. We're moving on to Saturday. Keep warm, stay warm. If you got to go out, make sure you've got a coat, have gas in your car. But yeah, I'm excited. It's another good week to be a Wildcat fan. So let's move on to Saturday. Go Cats!